Hi, this is Chris, and I'm gonna be talking to you about some future releases of games in the future, E3 and such. So what I'm thinking about is these, upcoming releases like God of War 3, um, Infamous, Prototype, all these upcoming titles that have got us drooling at our mouths. And I just want to say something. I just want to say I don't want any more disappointments, like Haze or Kane and Lynch, even though I had fun with that. I don't want any more, letdowns, big letdowns, like big hype, and then that's it. That's what I haven't tried Lord of the Rings yet, but apparently that's shit as well. So that's a big letdown as well. So I'll be waiting for the next Need for Speed title. Don't know when that's coming out, but apparently the last couple were a big letdown as well. But there's a couple of games that aren't going to be a letdown, such as God of War. I'm not sure about Infamous. I'm not sure about Prototype either. Those two have been feuding. That's their big hype thing. Like, oh, which one's better, which one's better. But apparently the only big advantage in one of them goes to the PS3, as it has Prototype and Infamous, whereas Xbox 360 only has Prototype. But from what I've seen, there is a big difference. One of them is much more smaller scale, but much more detailed. And I think I did a video on that Prototype game some time ago. First impression or something like that. So it does look fun. I must admit, it does look fun. Don't know how happy I am that Killzone 2 wasn't a letdown, because that had been building up so much hype for 4 years. I thought that no matter how good it was, it's not going to outlast all this hype it's been building up. I mean, look at Two Human. It's had 10 years in development, and I didn't even know about it until this big release date, and it destroyed itself because of the bloody hype. 10 years in development, that's a whole different generation of consoles right there. So you kind of see where they should have been better, but then again you can see where they might have slipped up. I mean, if you're doing 10 years in development, you've got to change the product, you've got to change the systems, so you've got to keep up with the times, and you've got to constantly change design. Things are bound to break up, and you're going to lose good ideas and such like that. But yeah, Killzone 2, I'm so glad that didn't disappoint. I must admit, I was pretty impressed as well. I'm not usually, a first-person shooter comes out, I'm like, oh, big deal. Another one, put that on the shelf. That's another one for the collection. But no, this one stands out a lot. And I'm even going to go as far to say that it's the best on the market at the moment, because it really is that great. I'm not being a fanboy or anything like that either. I just really think it is that good. This is a genuine opinion. One thing you've got to remember though is that throughout all this hype, there's going to be a load of smaller games that have been released and don't get as much hype. Little companies. They're not going to get as much hype as these big shit-ass money-grabbing companies. You know what I mean? Like one game, for example, you might find a gem hidden in a bargain bin. Like, not a bargain bin, but it's still high price. But that you haven't heard about. I mean, there's loads at the moment. There's Civilization 4. Some of you probably know about that. One that didn't get a lot of attention was Valkyria Chronicles. I've got that, and I must say I'm glad I got it. It's a very good game, great graphics, and the thing is, it hasn't even sold that well because it didn't get the hype it wanted, or deserved at least. I mean, get the game. Jesus, what's going on, people? Get the fucking game. But yeah, it's a good game. I found it really enjoyable. It's got some good RPG elements. It had a really good idea put together, and it worked really well. I mean, you don't get games that are that, incentive these days. It's either a first-person shooter, Space Marine, a racing game where you destroy things or get money, bling, your dog, or a 3D sandbox where you are a gangster, you make money. So that's about 100 games right there. And some games have actually tried really hard to do this, like Mirror's Edge, first-person walker, first-person runner, not shooter. You get a go now and then, but no, it's not your generic first-person. Although it does lose some of the action. I think it does. My friend's got it. I haven't really played it, but it does look as though it loses some of the action without a gun. I'm sadistic, but I'm a gamer as well. I'm a gamer first, sadistic second. Little Big Planet, that was quite ingenious. That's a fun game. Try it out. It's a fun game. I think Xbox has its own version coming soon. I don't know what it's called. Something like, well, the logo looks like one of those Henry vacuums. If you're American, you probably don't know what I mean, but it's like an alien with a big nose. I don't know. It's their own version of Little Big Planet anyway. It should be coming out sometime. I don't know if it's been cancelled or not, but I hope it's as good as this one, because I hope you guys get it as well. It's quite a good. I don't own an Xbox, you see, so I hope you guys get a nice game like that as well. Now, as I said, God of War 3 should be coming out near the end of the year. Of course, it's going to be a blockbusting game. It's going to, you know, sell like hell. The last two were major successes, and they rose out of nothing. The developer, I can't remember his name, the Twisted Metal. So that's why, one of the reasons it's so, you can tell why it's so gritty, the selling point. And it's a fun game. I must admit, I don't find it as hyped up as some people. I don't find it. I just find this a normal hack and slasher. Devil May Cry, Ninja Gaiden, God of War. It's just another one of those. Except it's in Greek mythology and it's a bit more hands-on violence and gore. But there are some people that really love it. So it's just that I don't find it lovable. I just really think it's a cool game like any other. I don't think of it as the best game on the market. Killzone 2 is more up my alley, really. It's got good. People start complaining about how it leans towards being exactly like Team Fortress 2. Team Fortress 2, alright, come on. Yeah, alright, it's Team Fortress 2 gameplay, but is that to say it can't be done again? Come on. Just let it slip. Alright. Team Fortress 2 is a nice gameplay element. Feel good that it's being used in another game. That's all I can say. And if it isn't, then it isn't. Okay? Good. On a serious note, guys, there's a couple of things I want to ask you. If you could help me out, that'd be great. I'd like to ask you if any of you have played Lord of the Rings Conquest or Afro Samurai. Those are two games that I'm wondering about getting. I'd like to get, and I need to ask you, need your advice on whether they are worth purchasing, fun, long-lasting, you know, keeps you entertained. All I'm really in for is a good game, because if it's a good game, you know, it will last me a long time. I'll play it again and again. I need to ask you guys, if you've played any of these games, or if you own them, tell me what they're like. Just tell me, give me a lowdown on what you think of it, and because I need a decision, man. I need to decide whether to get these games. They look cool, and I used to be a big Lord of the Rings fan, so that's why I want that one as well. So yeah, so post your comments or give me a message. Just like your opinion on these games, and thanks. A big shout out to Cartoon Hypes, Will, Frozen Mustang, DMK, Sensei. Thanks for keeping on commenting my videos, guys, and good luck.